Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be completely transforming this dresser, so stick around to see how I do it. I bought this dresser as part of a set on Facebook Marketplace. I paid $175 for both pieces. I definitely overpaid considering the condition of this dresser though. There are several spots where the veneer is completely missing, the top was super dirty, and the stain job was very uneven on the drawer fronts. If it weren't for all the veneer repairs, I probably would have kept this dresser completely stained. I would have done a paint wash on all of it to keep all the wood grain exposed. I think it's the most gorgeous wood grain. I couldn't find any maker's marks on this dresser, so if you knew anything about this piece, let me know in the comments. First things first, I'm going to be removing the hardware. I love this hardware and I'm definitely going to be keeping it. I'm jumping right into filling the wood because I know I'm going to have to do several coats of it. This wood filler is a lot like Bondo. It works really well and it hardens fast, but you want to make sure you're wearing a mask because it smells awful.
Until winter comes, it really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder.
After prepping the body of the dresser, it's time to move on to the drawers. I really wanted to keep some wood element on this dresser because the wood grain is so beautiful, so I decided to sand the drawers down to bare wood. I really thought that the finish was going to come off easy, but I was completely wrong. It probably took me at least 20 minutes to sand each drawer down. I ended up switching to my Craftsman sander, which I thought would be a little bit more powerful and would get the finish off faster, but I was wrong again. I'm not sure if the previous owner tried to re-stain the drawers because, like I said earlier, there's a lot of discoloration, but either way, the drawers were either in really good condition and the finish didn't want to come up, or the previous owner did something weird to them. So the original owner actually left this dresser and its matching tall dresser in the garage of the house she had just sold, and so the new owners on their first day come into their new home, found a garage full of furniture. This set was actually listed for only $50, but I usually feel bad when I see mid-century modern pieces selling for so cheap, so I usually offer more. I get asked a lot what grit of sandpaper I recommend, and I usually don't go below 120 grit. I find that using anything below that really scuffs up the wood too much, and so even though the finish is taking forever to get off, I'm sticking with 120 grit first. The finish on the top of the dresser was not in good condition. The finish was cracking and there were watermarks, and so I knew I needed to sand it smooth and pretty much down to bare wood before I could paint it. And even though it was in terrible condition, it was still a pain in the butt to get off. I ended up having to go in with my carbide scraper to scrape off a lot of it first and then go back with my sander. I'm sure you guys have heard of this carbide scraper before. A lot of furniture or finishers use this tool. If you haven't though, you can find a link to it in my description.
Keep on pouring down when it's gray outside. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder.
The sides of the dresser were in pretty good condition, so I just had to go in with a scuff sand.
How come the trees get untrimmed?
We are finally done sanding and I'm so excited. I'm giving my piece one last good cleaning before moving on to primer.
Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes. Until winter comes.
I thought I recorded the process of applying the primer, but I guess I didn't. But I'll tell you what I did. I used Melange's stain blocking primer in gray to prime the whole piece. And it successfully passed the scratch test, so it's time to paint. I am back in my kitchen working with a nice view of this storm outside. And all of that water is not supposed to be there. I'm picturing this dresser going in a baby's nursery, and so I'm going in with my favorite color of paint, Turtle Dove by Melange Paints. I love using bold colors, but it's nice once in a while to use a neutral color that I know will sell quickly.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder.
So as you can see, I left the top of the dresser bare wood. I didn't prime it or paint it. I wanted to try and keep this wood grain showing, but you'll see what happens. I'm going to be using some water-based stain, and so I'm wiping the wood with some water to act like a pre-stain before I apply the stain itself. I'll be using 2 of Lily Moon Paint's smoky gel stains on this piece. Wooden Barrel is by far my favorite color from the line, and then I'll also be using Natural Cork. I love the stain because it's super easy to apply with this tip. It's also water-based and has a built-in top coat. This is where things go wrong. Half of the dresser is already dry, which I don't know why I didn't fix. Having a wet surface beforehand helps smooth out the stain process. It makes it a lot easier to wipe. And so when I go to wipe the stain over the whole top of the dresser, you'll see that it doesn't work out very well. I am all about sharing my failures and mistakes on here. I think it's really important to show that furniture flipping is difficult. It's not an easy process, and I make a lot of mistakes, and that's completely fine. I know a lot of other refurnishers do too. So I hope this just is an encouragement to you that if you're just starting out and you're afraid to make mistakes, don't be afraid, because even people who have been doing it for a while, we mess up too. The stain ended up being really opaque and just not even at all, and so I decided to go back and paint it later on. I'm happy I at least tried to save the top of the dresser though. I went through the same process on the drawers. I added both the colors and tried to blend them a little bit, and it worked a lot better on these, thank goodness.
How come the trees gets undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes. Until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder.
Here's a last look at what the dresser looked like before, and here it is now.
Really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder. It really makes me wonder.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out the description for last week's giveaway winner, and also to follow me on all my socials. See you next time.